It's 10 trivia questions from a confidence round with my friend Reyes, who has high hopes to try and answer them. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be, and welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thank you so much for checking out this podcast. It comes out every single day, and there's over 500 episodes for you to check out if you love trivia. I hope you just stumbled upon it and you were like, oh, this seems interesting. And now you're like, wow, 500 episodes? I should subscribe. You should do it, and those episodes will jump on your device every single day. It's super fun, and it's always free. Now, if you want bonus episodes, bonus videos, and things like that, you can join our Patreon page at patreon.com/trivia with Buds. And all the details are on there. A bunch of different reward tiers from $1 to $50 that you can sign up for. Before we get to the meat of the episode, which is my friend Reyes trying to answer 10 totally random questions from one of my confidence rounds, I'm going to give you a few of these true or false questions from a card game I have called Big Brainiacs. So here are 6 true-false questions to kind of get you ready, give you a little preview of some trivia action today. Number 1, the city of Denver is also known as the Mile High City. Is that true or false? It is true. Its official elevation is 1 mile above sea level, hence the nickname. There's a fun little warm-up question for you. Here's another one. Number 2, South Pacific was the last musical Rodgers and Hammerstein wrote together. South Pacific was the last musical Rodgers and Hammerstein wrote together. Is that true or false? That one is false. It was The Sound of Music, which opened on Broadway in 1959. That was number 2. Here's number 3. A golfer may have a maximum of 12 clubs in his or her bag at one time. True or false? The answer there is false. 14 is the max amount of clubs in a bag. And number 4, the London Underground has 10 different lines. Is that true or false? That would be false. There are only 11, or actually, rather, there are 11, one more than 10. We got all of them listed here. Bakerloo, Central, Circle, District, Hammersmith and City, Jubilee, Metropolitan, Northern, Piccadilly, Victoria, Waterloo, and City lines. Those are the names of the different lines. Number 5, Macbeth was a real person. True or false? The answer there is true. Macbeth was King of Scotland from 1040 to 1057 before Shakespeare snatched up his name. And number 6, Mikhail Gorbachev has a Nobel Peace Prize. Is that true or false? That is true. He won it in 1990 for his leading role in the peace process, which today characterizes important parts of the international community. So there you go. Some fun warm-up questions before we get into even more random trivia questions that my friend Reyes tries to answer. Reyes is a real hoot. I love talking with him, and he works at Ogopogo Brewing in San Gabriel, California, where I host bingo every Friday from 7 to 9, and where I was this past Saturday for Harry Potter trivia. Man, it was really fun. We had over 60 players, and the team that was victorious was just really, really smart. They just know a lot of Harry Potter pop culture. And if that's you, if you want to play rounds just like that, look at the special events section on my website. It's mixed in with all the other events, and usually I have a banner at the top of the website advertising like, hey, get tickets to this special event. We're doing Harry Potter. We're doing The Office. We're doing Disney. And the next big one I will be doing will be Disney in November at Last Name Brewing to celebrate the release of Disney Plus. Oh, man. Am I excited? All right, guys, we're going to jump into this episode with Reyes and 10 questions from a confidence round. Here we go. Sitting here with my good friend Reyes, who works / volunteers at a place called Ogopogo Brewing in San Gabriel, California. What's going on, Reyes?
Another wonderful day here.
Oh, man, you're one of my best pals because every time I see you, you're full of glee and excitement. How do you keep so positive in a world that might be so negative?
When people walk through that door, I want to make sure they leave highly satisfied.
Very good, dude. Very good. All right, so we're here. We just finished some bingo up at Ogopogo on a Friday night. We had a big crowd, and people seemed to enjoy it. We gave away a lot of prizes. Did you win anything while you were playing?
A good roast from Ryan. I always look forward to those. So yeah.
A classic roast. What did I say? Something about you wearing a hat?
He said I'm easy to roast.
Yes, that's true. You have one of those appearances that is just full of accessories. You always have a lot of accessories, and when somebody has a lot of things that they're wearing, there's just prime material. You know what I mean?
Easy peasy.
Like this pineapple shirt you have on. What are you, some sort of SpongeBob fan?
Of course. I grew up in the 90s.
There you go. All right, we're going to do a confidence round. This is 10 totally random questions. We did a practice confidence round before we started recording, and you did pretty good. You got about 70% of them, about 7 out of 10. You just raised the roof like it's 1999. People can't see that, but they can feel it now that I've mentioned it.
Yeah.
So let's see. How many of these do you think you're going to get out of 10? You want to go 70%?
Honestly, last time I was here, I got 0 right, and I got 1 right because I said I don't know, and that happened to be the answer. So I'm going to go with 0, because it can only go up from there.
Only go up from there. Here's question number 1. How many pounds does a regulation men's discus weigh? Is it 4.4 pounds, 6.4 pounds, or 8.4 pounds?
Discus is the thing you use on the ultimate frisbee kind of thing, right?
Kind of, but in Olympics they throw it really far, so it's like it's a weighted disc.
I went with a 4.4.
It is 4.4. Nice job. Yeah. Nobody guessed that at my live trivia nights this week. So Reyes, you're already on top. You already beat your score of 0 out of 0. Well done. 4.4 pounds. Question number 2: in what city is food delivery service Grubhub based? What city do you think is the headquarters for Grubhub?
I'm going to go with LA. I don't know.
You think it's Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Final answer?
Final answer.
It's Chicago. Chicago is the answer there. Yes. A lot of people guess San Francisco. It seems like kind of like a Silicon Valley type startup.
Oh, that's a good point.
But it is Chicago. And when I lived in Chicago, a lot of comedians I knew that were up and coming worked for Grubhub, like answering phones and taking orders and things like that. Huh. Number 3, in 1993, what term was used by writer Stephen Fried to describe members of a supermodel's entourage? So if you were a member of a supermodel's group, what do you think the term was that this author or writer used?
A babe.
A babe?
Yeah.
You think you just used babe?
Yeah, he just used babe.
I'll give you a hint. It's more syllables than that.
Oh, God.
It's not babe. Anything else?
Dude, I don't know. That's a random.
That's a tough one. It's a fashionista.
A fashionista? See,
Have you heard that word? You never heard that word?
Look what I'm wearing.
The pineapple shirt. You're a fashionista in San Gabriel, California.
Hey, cool.
You're setting trends.
You know, honestly, people recognize me. Like, hey, you're the guy who walks around with a hat all the time.
You do wear a hat, not unlike Raiden from the Mortal Kombat series.
Yeah.
Like you're out in a rice paddy field. Just
classic roast. I love it.
Yeah, there you go. Number 4, the Continental Congress established what government entity July 26, 1775, with Ben Franklin as its first head? So what do you think was this part of government, which still exists today, that they put Ben Franklin in charge of starting in 1775?
The United States of America, like the Confederate States, the states. I don't know what exactly it was called. The Republic.
I get what you're trying to say, but I'll tell you that it's a little bit more specific. It's somewhere like, think of like the DMV, but not that.
The Articles of Confederation. I don't know.
The United States Postal Service. Ben Franklin was in charge of the post office when it first started, back in 1775. Question number 5. Jack Webb played what character on the 60s series Dragnet? This is a famous character name from television.
Heard of him. Have never heard of that show. Moving on swiftly.
Oh, man. You don't know Dragnet? You never heard of it?
No, never heard of it.
All right. This was Joe Friday. Have you ever heard of the phrase, just the facts, ma'am?
Nope.
No? All right. Well, now you know. Joe Friday. Number 6. Oh, you're a reader. You work at a library. Where do you work?
The Huntington Library.
The Huntington Library. Gertrude Stein, this is number 6, gave post-World War I writers like E.E. Cummings and Ernest Hemingway what generational group name? What did she call that generation of writers after World War I? Number 6.
The Lost Generation?
It is the Lost Generation. Nice job. Were you an English major?
No, I just read a lot of books.
Read a lot of books. You got a book right next to you. What is that one about?
It's a collection of short stories, but it's called Vampire and Other Tales of the Macabre. Starring John Polidori, and it's just a bunch of like Victorian aged short stories.
So this is like 50 Shades of Grey back in the day. It's just smutty vampire
All
sex,
the smut you could ever want.
sex stories. All right, number 7. What blue cartoon character debuted on September 29th, 1958? A blue cartoon character from the late 50s. What do you think? I give you a hint. It's not the Smurfs. That was the 80s or late 70s maybe. We're looking for something way before that.
And he was like the star of that show?
This was a character in a show back in 1958. What do you think?
You know what? I don't watch enough TV, man.
Nothing?
I really don't know.
No guesses?
No, I got nothing.
Huckleberry Hound was the answer. Huckleberry Hound.
Never heard of him.
Hanna-Barbera, never heard of him?
Nope.
Number 8, what comedic talk show started as a bit on The Daily Show parodying Bill O'Reilly? Number 8, what comedic talk show started as a bit on The Daily Show parodying Bill O'Reilly? Any guesses here?
Nope, not enough TV in my life.
Oh, no. Reyes.
More book stuff.
It's the Colbert Report. Stephen Colbert, you know him, right?
Yeah.
2 questions left. Here it is. This is the book one. Number 9, what's the name of the 3rd book in the Hunger Games trilogy?
Oh, shoot. I don't know that. But
No
I'm
idea?
take a wild guess. Was that the, like, Fire Ring or something?
You're guessing right. Catching Fire was book 2. The 3rd book was called, any guesses?
Jeez Louise.
Nothing to do with fire. 3rd book was called
Hungry Bird.
Hungry Bird. That sounds like a great TV dinner. This one was
It does.
Mockingjay.
Mockingjay. All right. See, I knew it had a bird in there somewhere.
I listened to those books on tape driving around the Midwest doing some stand-up, and the first 2 books are great, and the 3rd book was terrible. Mockingjay was no good. Last question, geography-based. You feel good about that?
Oh, yeah.
What sea is known as the cradle to the Great Barrier Reef? What
cradle
sea
to the Barrier
is known as the cradle? Leads right into the Great Barrier Reef.
Dang, I really don't know. I'm going to go with Atlantic.
This is the Coral Sea. The Coral Sea.
Really? Just straight up Coral Sea, huh?
Coral Sea, Great Barrier Reef. That kind of works out, right?
Yeah, it does.
Kind of
I
matches
like
up. Reyes, once again, you didn't do great.
No.
But you did get 3 questions, I believe, and you nailed the ones you got. Anything you want to promote before you get out of here?
The Huntington Library. Come on down. We're happy to have you. Ogopogo all day, all night. And I want to promote Ryan Buzz because I love this guy.
Oh, Reyes, what a pal. Thanks
I'm gonna promote
for...
you on your own podcast.
Thanks, man. Hopefully get some more clicks. Thanks for playing along. Ooh, double high five. There it was, a fun little chat with Reyes. He did not know too many of those questions, but it was still a fun chat nonetheless. And maybe you were screaming out the answers when he couldn't think of them. And hey, that makes for a fun episode too, when you can go, come on, it's this. Come on, who doesn't know that? But those questions were very difficult. And those are the kinds of questions I use to close out my live trivia nights every week. That's called the confidence round. You got to write down 10 answers and then rank them 10 to 1. 10's the highest, 1's the lowest. So I hope you had fun figuring those out. It's time for the question of the day, brought to you by Funky Monkey Designs of San Dimas, California, who directed the film A Mighty Wind. Tweet me your answer at RyanBuds or email ryanbuds@gmail.com to be eligible for a prize. Yesterday's question of the day answer was 6 for the total amount of seasons for the show Lost. And your trivia name of the day today is True or False Teeth. True or False Teeth. Funky Monkey Designs, check them out at fmdesignsinc.com for all your design needs, from embroidery to t-shirt printing to stickers to posters. They do it all. fmdesignsinc.com. Funky Monkey Designs, they can hook you up anywhere in the country, probably the world. I'm sure they can internationally ship some stuff for you if you needed them to. And if you want to play trivia for real money, go check out this new app. It's called Skilly World. Free to play the first game, skillyworld.com. It's linked in the show notes, or you can type in SKILLI world.com. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thanks for telling a friend. We'll see you tomorrow for more trivia with me. Bye-bye.